Every winter, Sebastian's mental health hits an all-time low. The darkness, the cold cracking hands, the fatigue, all reflective of his mind. And it's not just the winter that bothers him. It seems like every single time he goes through extreme periods of happiness and joy, and where things just feel simple, he goes through the exact same extent of pain and suffering, like a seesaw, no matter the magnitude of it. Let me tell you a story. It's March 20th of 2020, and every person around me is just entirely nervous because of some virus that's spreading around the world. And here I am thinking that there's just gonna be zombie apocalypse starting at any second. At this point, I'm a band kid. I played the alto sax, bro. I was so good. I was so good. And I'm going to band camp on the following Monday because March 20th was a Friday. I don't know if I said that already. After working the whole year to go to band camp, playing the alto sax every single day in band class, some days not really feeling like it, most days feeling like it, with all the concerts that we did, at the end of it, all I was looking forward to was going to band camp and just enjoying myself. That kind of was the goal. March 20th, that is the day that everything closed, and I never got to go. I was devastated, entirely devastated. At that point, that was probably one of the more devastating things that had ever happened to me, because just like taking away a toy car from a little baby feels like the worst thing that's ever happened to him, taking an actual car away from an adult will feel like a pretty bad thing to happen to him. To show perspective. Then I'm kind of locked up in my house. I'm separated from the reality I kind of knew for the past like 8, almost 10 years, decade of my life. Everything's different. Everything and everyone around me is actually totally unsure of the future, just like me, like many of us on many occasions. My whole world was turned upside down. Again, with simplicity, when you finally feel like you started to understand or grasp, started to figure out how to kind of manage things in your life, it just flips. I call it a hiccup. You can call it a rut. You can call it whatever you want. That flip that switches. That switch that flips. We can approach it with gratitude. After a couple months of me just playing video games every single day, kind of being a little sad sometimes, not really being able to get out of bed, I begin my first workout. And before, a while ago, I was just a little more insecure about my body, a little chubby. And then I started working out, and as the months went by, 2.5-hour workout became a 1 and about 10-minute hour workout. My life again shifted. It was kind of like it went up like this when I started to figure everything out in school, and then it went down with the unsureness, with the overcomplication. Then it went back to being simple once I started putting in an effort, make myself better. And then that's when I went back to in-person school. Every day colder, every day more monotonous, quieter, more somber. As I said that to you, I remembered this particular reoccurring memory. I remembered the pitch black alleyway I would walk through to get to my school every single morning, the ice, it's total darkness, somehow not slipping. With every step, anxiety growing and growing, foreboding. Something about that walk every single day took the life out of me. With every step, I became more undead. Look. With light, there will be darkness. With summer comes winter, and after the rain, you know that there will be a rainbow. The essential quality of everything around you is change. And most often, this change is uncomfortable because it's new. Instead of the response of love that we know rationally would be the best way to approach it, oftentimes this fear that's born, it limits us and it sets us back. Because this change is divinity. This change is a law of nature, a law of the universe. And it's so beautiful, so gorgeous, so wondrous. This is the universal law of rhythm. This rejection of change is what will cause these negative cycles that you've been prone to, going up a little bit, figuring things out, going down, and then going down, down. And then this rejection, it'll also stunt your growth where things just feel the same. Not really getting better, but not getting worse, but you want to grow because the growth just feels so wonderful. Truthfully, in these cases of rejection, and you know this too, because I know you're very smart, because I know this video came to you for a reason. Often, the problem only creates itself because of your assumption. The problem is only created by assuming it exists. And again, this creates that negative cycle that just continues and just doesn't seem to stop. All of these cycles that you're going through, all of these cycles going up and down, they're simply just gifts. But when you reject them, they become impositions, and you were rejecting your true nature of freedom. Even when I went back to in-person school and I even got my first gray hair because of all the pain I went through that year, even then, I grew a little bit more powerful and a little bit more of integrity. I think I can say for you too that with all the pain in your past, when you stop bullshitting yourself, you're glad it happened because you're here now, and you've survived it 100% of the bad days. And if that pain came back again, sure, it might be hard, but you survived it, so you know you could survive it again. You are living proof that you are strong, powerful. Embrace the pain. Don't hold on to it. This change, practice loving through it in everything you do. But bro, how do you do that, bro? That's so abstract. About a week ago, I decided to go take out the trash. And in this almost mindless task, I found myself thinking about my girl and just how wonderful she is and how much I care about her. And again, in this mindless task, I opened the garbage bin, and then a thought sparked into my head. A thought that was painful. A thought that immediately made me close up my throat, have a lump in it, my chest a little tighter, my posture a little weaker, my breath a little more shallow, without me even realizing it until I realized come this year, come June, I would likely have to let her go, despite me caring about her so much, not because it would be easy, but because I care about her so much. And 12 seconds passed of me observing this physical response, seeing how my body reacted. And then I looked up at the sky and I took one full, immense, deep breath, pressing out my stomach into the world, looking at the stars, looking at the moon. And I just laughed, bro. I laughed so hard, bro. And you see, while pride is a sin, while pride is dangerous, even without the biblical means, I was proud of myself because, you see, I realized that this was my next test that the one who I was giving me. And I could either indulge in the thoughts or emotions that my brain, my body was coming up with, or I could simply just grow from it. Give my gift to everything and everyone around me. Dissolve all of that pain into the giving of my gift, into the love that the one who we are is. I could have either closed down and given up, or I could make another decision. The decision that I made right now, the decision I made then, simply just become the man that I know she needs me to be. Look, now in some universe, not this one, but in some universe, perhaps I might fail in that expectation I have placed for myself. But even in that universe, even if I had to go through that pain, even if that were the case, I would grow. And even in that pursuit of becoming that more powerful man, that more man of integrity, even in that pursuit, the world would be getting a version of me that was growing, that was giving his gift to humanity. Often with change, you will find yourself closing, but truthfully, the only thing that you can do in those situations is give your gift in everything you do. Look around you right now, really do. Observe the subtle changes, the differences in your environment as you look around, as you hear my voice. My voice is just changing vibrations that you're somehow rationalizing in this body of yours. But truthfully, when you look past deeper, what do you see? What do you feel? With all these colors, you're simply just interpreting them in different ways. Think about how many times your emotions, your thoughts have changed since you woke up this morning. Not only is this the law of rhythm, this is also the feminine energy, life, radiance, constant change. And this is why we call the land Mother Earth, because it has depth. 1 second it could be stillness, 1 second love and generosity, and then the other second it could be volcanic, it could be earthquakes, it could be tsunamis. But through it all, there is one thing that doesn't change. One thing that no matter how much change, how much pain you've ever gone through, has remained the same. Maybe undergone growth, but always stayed the same. One thing that is absolute observation, one thing that is absolute stillness, and that is the one who you are. the observer who you forget you are, because he's always there, much like the little vibrations you hear in the background of this video, in the background of your daily life, much like your breath that you forget is there, much like your nose right in front of you that you forget is right there in your vision. The one who you are, you can feel him. Once you separate your body's thoughts, emotions, truthfully breathe and notice your breath coming in, breathing in and out like a mighty bellows. This stillness, regardless of gender, this is the masculine energy. Now, depending which energy you would feel happier magnifying is a spiritual decision that actually will take a little bit of time to figure out. However, young men like you and I will feel most relaxed and free when we relax into the stillness that the one who we are is. Now, you can practice recognizing your observation through meditation, and I'll leave a link to this app that I use meditation. It's called Medito. It's a charity. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. This is truly just for your betterment. You can follow the guided meditations. That is what I did 2-3 years ago to start catching these thoughts and actually start noticing how my body reacted when I felt pain. However, once you recognize your pain or negativity, you can relax into the stillness you are and give your gift from that place. However, there is another step other than recognition. It is like catching a fish on a fishing pole, but you still gotta reel it in. You still gotta do some work. Noticing the thought, noticing the emotion as it comes up. It doesn't do anything if you cannot dissipate it, if you cannot dissolve it into the endless abyss of fullness, the endless ocean of your love. Transform everything into gifts, all through your breath. About 1 year ago, I'm at my locker, I'm putting away a couple things, and I hear a familiar voice. This familiar voice was of an old friend of mine who no longer is a friend. Then they bumped into me. With this bump, I swear to you, time like flickered. Things were total frozen for half a second, and then I just heard an "oh sorry," and then they just kept walking. You see, this person and I, we went through a lot of pain together, and then eventually we stopped being friends. Within 2 seconds, I noticed my solar plexus almost squirm a little bit, and my throat again closing. My chest became tighter. For the other half of a second, actually a couple seconds after, I swear to you, I can't remember noticing anything except myself and the notebook halfway in my locker. After seconds passed of me realizing this, I breathed fully through all the tension I could find, taking in all of the negativity around me and exhaling all of it into a gift. I redirected my attention from self-concern into love for the rest of the world. In your breath, you can magnify acts of selflessness. And in this way, you give your gift. You transform that negative energy, because energy cannot be created or destroyed. You transform that negative energy into a gift, into positivity, into love for the world. In this way, you are generosity. In this way, you are the one who you are. With your breath, dissolve negativity into gifts. Breathe from your nuts into your lower belly, into your upper belly. And then breathe into your chest and open yourself, breathing in all the pain, all the change, all the fear, within and without, beyond the walls, beyond the earth, everything, and without effort, and then dissolve. Going back to in-person school was a period of closure for me. I woke up and I worked out and I ate and I went to school. I came back and I ate and I played video games and then I went to sleep. You can indulge in emotions and become severely depressed, or you can become numb, closing yourself off from feeling any pain, feeling any emotion altogether. Not happy nor sad, just numbness, just grayness, just darkness. As you get better at being stillness and magnifying your masculine essence, you will find yourself becoming more numb to pain. Now, this doesn't work because the pain is still there. You're simply just not addressing it, and not addressing it, this automatic response, life will feel dull. Life will feel a new kind of pain, because not letting yourself feel it's still there, and it's like a cloud. It will cloud your vision. You will not have clarity, and you know in your heart that you don't want that. You want more than ignorance. When you can love even from that place of pain, your genius will manifest itself into everything you do. And with this genius, you will be able to cleverly give your gift and dissolve any of this, any of it, all of it, like a father holding their baby, their crying baby, and giving it just love, soothing it to sleep. Live with an open heart, even when, and especially when, it hurts. Especially. Imagine opening up to someone and facing rejection. Imagine failing at an expectation that you set for yourself, or even being ignored by someone you cared about. Notice how your body holds in that tension. Notice how your body responds, reacts, and the extent to which your body instinctively withdraws, hides, or closes. Stillness does not mean numbness, my friend. Stillness is giving your gift, magnifying your love, regardless of what any thoughts or emotions your body is feeling in that present moment. When you notice you're breathing shallowly and your chest becomes tight and it's harder to look people in the eyes, you are trapped in your own self-protective tension and no longer a free man, again, rejecting your true nature of freedom. The world will get less of your gift, less of your generosity, and in turn, because you are one, you will feel less of the generosity and love of the world. When you notice yourself closing, literally open yourself, your chest, your stomach, breathe fully, press your stomach out into the world, brew the world, breathe through all the tensions you find until they are relaxed, sit or stand up straight and full and wide, take up space, and if you're with another person, feel through your pain as you feel through them. Only when you can open yourself up in these times of pain, whatever the magnitude of it, with your breath so full and deep, with your eyes so steady, will you be able to stand up with your legs broken? Will you be filled with power and integrity in everything you do, grow in your power and integrity in everything you do, and give your gift of still, unrelenting love, and simply just relax into the fearlessness and freedom that you are. When life gives you her brutest blows, you will stay standing, just as when you feel her tender and loving generosity. Put your hands over your heart and promise me. See me. I'll wait. No, I'm kidding. Promise me that in both light and dark, you will have a smile on your face and gratitude in your heart. Die in the giving of your gift so that you don't even realize you stopped holding on to yourself. And trust whatever direction that love moves you in. I love you, bro. I love you so much. Be the stillness you are. And magnify your gift, because you've got so much to give, so much, and you don't even realize it. I do, and I see you, man. I love you so much, bro. Watch the video, man.